Not gonna lie to you, this video has been such a pain to record. I've tried to record this video like 6 times already, and every single time something goes wrong. So hopefully this is the time that everything goes right. Hey, what is up guys, it is your boy, I'm OP Everyday here, bringing you another video today. Today we're gonna be showing you how to get a 80 luck Reyes, max evolution Reyes, so 5-star evolution Reyes, and I'm going to be showing you how to beat the final boss in the game. Okay, so let's get right into it. Alright, so how do you do it, right? How do you beat Reyes, or I said Reyes, how do you beat the final boss and all this other stuff? First, let me get the most important thing out of the way first. The first topic of this video is how do you get Reyes to 80 luck and max limit break for free? So Reyes is a free-to-play unit, meaning that you can completely max him out free to play, right? You don't need to use anything on him at all. He is the first free to play unit or the first free to play luck unit that anybody will ever get, probably. Okay, so how do you get Reyes to 80 luck? Well, throughout the story, I'll actually show you. If we go to quest right here, throughout the story you may have noticed you have been picking up these things called let's just go to the first part, the very first section of this. So you may notice throughout the story you get these things right here. Well, not that. You get these right here. The Reyes, the limit breaker Reyes. This is how you get them throughout the story. You just have to complete one of these objectives within the quest, and you will get this depending on if the quest. Well, if you want to know if the quest gives it to you, you just click this magnifying glass right here, and it will say it right here, and it'll tell you what you need to do. Most of the time you can do this just without even thinking, to be honest. You don't have to look at it. I never looked at one of them, to be honest, until I had to beat the final boss in the game. So yeah, this is how you get the limit break Reyes, is to get him to max luck. And upon doing it, you may ask, well, how do I use them? You go into limit break right here. You don't go to enhance, because I think you can enhance them too, but don't do that. Go into limit break, click on Reyes, and you'll click on the material units, and all right here will be all the limit break Reyes you currently have. So you fuse those into Reyes right here, and you can get him to 80 luck, and you can also get him to max limit break. Moving on from that though, that's pretty much it to get Reyes to max luck and to max limit break. That's how you do it. Now we'll show you too how to get him to 5 stars. So you may have noticed maybe you're getting really close to 80 luck, so you're like, well, everybody's telling me 80 luck Reyes is like the max, and whenever I get the last one, that'll be the end of the story. Well, yeah, you're right, but you may also notice like I can't evolve him to 5 stars yet. Well, you can't, because you have to beat the entire story first, and then you get this quest as a side story. So there'll be a new icon down here where I'm tapping. You see this side thing? This will be a complete new icon. You've never seen it before until you beat the story. Thing right here, side story thing right here, you click on awakening power, and then boom, you have all these new quests right here. Each one of these quests is how you get the evolution materials for Reyes. So upon completing all 5 of them, you will have enough to get Reyes to 5 stars. Okay, keep that in mind as well. And also this right here, this is what you need. You see what I'm tapping on? This is the material you need. So you need to make sure that you can clear this objective right here in the mission in order to get the evolution material you need. Also, let me say too, if you want Reyes' sword, you can also get it by this as well. You can farm the you can farm this to get his sword. Actually, I think if I go into the hints, it may even show you what the sword does. Yeah, you can see right here. That's for Reyes, but right here you get the equipment recipe for his sword, and then you get the materials from this quest, and you can craft it. And upon doing so, you know, you can get all that stuff, and this is what it does at max rank. All allies get 10% attack bonus in battle. Does not stack with identical abilities. So there is that. It's a pretty good sword if you need it. Most people just use it for Reyes. If you get it for him, you can just use it for Reyes. You're never going to use it for like probably anybody else. There's other things that are better, like for example Bleak Prophet. It's a good sword if you need it for Reyes. Easily throw it onto him, and you will be perfectly fine, and give him a really good weapon to start out with as a 5-star. Now let me show you the team that we're going to be taking into the realm of gods, the final mission. So this is the team we're going to be taking: Ragna, Lily, Lise, and Aros Dia. All these units are replaceable. For example, if you have Roy instead of Ragna, use Roy. If you have any other attacker unit instead of Lily, use them. If you have any other healer, use them. If you have any other like support option or just whatever else is for this last slot, you can throw them in here. I was actually thinking about using the thick boy Eden, wherever he's at. Where is he at? There he is. I was actually thinking about getting him to max evolution and using the thick boy in this situation because the damage reduction could be pretty nice because he's a thick boy. But you can use this with any units that you want to. This is the team that I beat it with the first time. If you need to use a healer, right? If you don't have Lise, you don't have Valhalla, you don't have any of them, the best option for you is to get Phoenix. Phoenix is a 4-star character. You can get, or 4-star max character. You can get him from the story. I'm not for sure which mission though, but you can get him from the story. He's a free-to-play healer. You can use him, and if you need a healer, boom, you got one right there. Heals all eyes HP by 80% of attack. So if you need the healer, boom, you got one. Also, if you have Duran, you can use Duran as well. Duran's really clutch in this fight because he will afflict the damage that you take, and on top of that too, he will heal you as well. Also, I think he heals at max. He heals for 200 for 10 seconds, I think. So he's gonna heal your team a lot and give you a good hot or a heal over time. You have Valhalla as well, which Valhalla is, where's Valhalla? There he is. Ignore my boy, he's a 3-star right now. He looking pretty ugly.
Oh my god!
Yeah, if you need him, you can use Valhalla as well. For the at max rank, he has a heal by 200 for 20 seconds. So need Valhalla, you can use him as well. But I'm gonna be taking Lise because I just like Lise. And yeah, also if you need to too, you can take any of these units right here. If you need to take like Scylla, she's a really good replacement because she can freeze the enemy and all that. You can take anybody, right? Or if you want to too, you can get you can take Corsair you get her max and what is it, max evolution and max level, and she can freeze as well if you need that. On top of that, like I said, all these units are replaceable. None of these are required. Also, all these equipment right here, none of it is required. You can use whatever you want to for this fight. I would recommend having some type of a defense equipment though to reduce the damage, because this boss does do some damage to you. So yeah, these are the units we're going to be taking. That's the equipment we're going to be taking. So let's get into the fight. Also, you may ask too if this is going to be like a boss guide, if I'm going to have like text and all that on the side about what the boss does. It's not needed for this. He's not that hard to beat. He's pretty simple. So also, let me say this too, if you start struggling with this, or maybe you're having like a lot of difficulties, or maybe you're dying a lot, or whatever the case may be, don't worry about it, you know what I mean? Like even I failed it multiple times, so it doesn't really hurt you in that sense, because it's only 7 energy for you to do this quest. But yeah, I mean, don't be too upset if you fail it, or whatever the case may be. Or if you're like me, right, I've been trying to record this video 6 times, and every single time my audio messes up or something like that messes up, and I'm like, well, I have to re-record it. That's why my energy is depleted right here. It was actually a lot lower than this before. I took a break for a little bit, but yeah, it was actually a lot lower because I tried this so many times and my audio kept messing up, my gameplay kept messing up. I don't know what it is going on with my OBS and my Audacity, but they just do not like each other today. But hopefully everything goes fine this time. So let's get into it. Also, the food that you can use any food. But I mean, what's this select item thing right here? Oh, it's that stuff. Oh, well, yeah, you could use any food that you want to. It's not needed though. So yeah, let's get into this quest. Also, if you're scared about spoilers or anything like that, I'm not going to show you any spoilers. I'm going to be skipping all the cutscenes. I guess the final boss is considered a spoiler himself, but you know, he's not really. I'm just going to skip all the cutscenes, so if you're worried about like dialogue and story and all that, don't worry, I got you covered. So real quick thing I want to add is, I didn't say it, but in order for you to get the last limit break Reyes that you need to beat this boss without anybody on your team dying. So as long as you follow the guide right here, you should be perfectly fine on that sense. So you guys, hope you guys enjoy the video, and I'll get right back to the video right now. So let me just talk about this first boss real quick. This guy won't really do anything to you. What is it? He can transform. That's about it. His art and stuff like that doesn't really do anything major to you. The second part of this fight, though, however, will do some stuff that I will talk about as well. But yeah, so let's get into this. This is Demon General Og, whatever you want to call him. This is him in all of his glory. I'm going to say, too, this entire fight right here reminds me of Sephiroth at the end of Final Fantasy VII, just because how many phases this freaking fight has. So, yeah, like I said, he's going to transform at about 60% health. I think, yeah, 60% health. He's going to transform into a different, or he's going to transform, he's going to look different, he's going to get different attacks and everything. Whenever he does that, make sure you're not using any equipment or anything, because during his transformation, he's actually immune to damage, so you can't damage him at all while he's transforming, so keep that in mind. But yeah, we're just gonna keep going like this. Also, his break gauge will fill pretty fast too, but you should be able to break him like that if you have like just weapons and stuff like that equipped to you. Should be able to break him pretty easily. Okay, this is transformation right here, so don't use any other equipment or anything like that. Just wait the transformation out, and then boom, he does do some damage to your units, but it's not too much. You have Rayes, so you can just heal all that right back up for you. But keep an eye out for his art gauge, because you can see it feels really, really fast. We don't want that to be too high. Oh crap! Can we break him? You may be able to break him. Yeah, there we go. We broke him. Woo, that's good. If you can, I think you can beat. You can definitely beat this part right here without any arts or anything. But if you have to use an art, don't be afraid to use them. You can use them if you want to. Literally just critting for days, helping us deplete his health even faster. So yeah, I mean, just do you, you know what I mean? If you need to use an art, use it. If you don't need to, good. You can save it for the next fight, because arts carry over between each fight. So this is the second fight right here. We have all of our arts. For this guy, if he does his art and you can't break it in time, he will actually burn your units. So he'll do a dot to you and do damage over time. So keep that in mind. Also, he will, at about 60% health too, he will put you into a cutscene. So make sure whenever you do that, you're not using like any arts or anything like that, because the damage will not carry over, or it will just stop the art and it won't continue the art after the cutscene and stuff like that. So just make sure once you get him below, or get him close to 6% health, you don't use like any equipment or anything like that. All right, so let's get into this fight. So this is his second form, his sealed god form. Just make sure that his art gauge doesn't get completely up. Once his art gauge is completely full, that's when you go for the break. You know, simple stuff, guys. Very simple. You know, we do this all the time, right? This is easy. Basic grand summoners here, boys. Basic grand summoners. If you need to, I'm saving my art with what is it? With Ragna, just in case if I need it, because I don't want him to be able to get too high back up, and they broke him. These idiots. These idiots. We're gonna use RSD's art right here, do some more damage to him. I'm gonna also use some of his stuff right here, and it's about like right here where I'm tapping. That's about like whenever his health gets low enough for him to do the thing. I'm actually gonna use this because I don't want him to. I'm actually gonna use the spare kill as well, because I don't want him to use his art if possible. If we can avoid that at all cost, it will be definitely nice. Okay, well, we're not gonna be able to avoid it. This right here can burn you, so keep that in mind. We're gonna do a heal right here. Also, let me say too, if you can, right, you can actually what is it, if you can or not use your healing art, whatever your healer or whoever your healer is. If you can beat this without healing, the next phase, because there's one more phase after this, you actually get a full heal for all your units. So all your units get max health and everything, and the next part of this fight. So if you need to do that, you can do that, and it's gonna be very, very easy the next fight, because the next fight's probably the easiest out of every fight, all the fights, to be honest. There's just one mechanic the next fight has that a lot of people struggle with. Also, I hope we don't do enough damage to him to ignore the heal. Okay, never mind, we're fine. I thought Lily or Rayes was still doing her art. I didn't want that to happen. We can break him right here because he's pretty much low enough to get the cutscene. There's the cutscene that I was talking about. So you don't want to use like any arts or anything like that whenever you do that, because he will do the cutscene. Okay, so for this right here, the rest of this fight, nothing really changes. You just get Roy comes in, and Roy will be able to help you. He'll just be here. He doesn't do that much damage at all. He just does like 100 damage, but it's gonna help you a little bit. So yeah, if you need to, he's somewhere. There he is. There he is. My boy Roy. There he is. You can see he can crit and everything like that as well. So yeah, we're just gonna keep taking him down, and just the rest of this fight is pretty simple. Just make sure that his art gauge doesn't, or his art gauge doesn't get completely up, and you can break him whenever it does, because his art does definitely hurt if you're not careful. I'm gonna actually chill out for a second. I'm not gonna use any skills because I don't. Well, actually, I'm gonna use a skill right here because I don't want his art gauge to get too high up. But I'm gonna chill for a little bit and make sure that we can't break him. Okay, there we go. Now we can break him. Boom, we broke him. Do some damage, and we're gonna be saving Terror's Conjunction for the last fight because we can just burst the boss. To be honest, at a certain point, Lily's art right here is gonna use it. It's gonna not do that much damage because he's kind of low on health, but it's still gonna do some decent damage nevertheless. More so, Lily's skill is gonna be doing most of the damage for her now because of her crit and all that built into it. Actually learned that that's how it works with her skill. She actually has a built-in crit like that. Actually, if we break him right here, I think we can kill with Dia's art. So yeah, we can kill definitely. With the 70% attack buff, definitely kill him. It's gonna be pretty easy right here. You can see 100k health, 100k damage already. I love Dia, even though he's not that good of a unit, to be honest. I just love the buff that he gives. He's just amazing for that. We should be able to kill him before he does his art again. If not, we can break him if necessary. Whenever I said that you get a full heal, keep in mind that you do not get a you don't get a, what you call it, you do not get, your equipment does not get refreshed on cooldown. So just keep that in mind as well. That does not stay. Can we kill? Okay, well, we broke him. Boom, he's dead anyway. So we have Lisa's art going into this next fight. We're gonna get a full heal right here, and yeah, that's gonna be everything for Og. And then this is a completely new boss right here, but this is also the very last boss in the game. So after you beat him, boom, we don't have any more bosses, or this is the final chapter until they had more story. So yeah. This guy right here, however, okay, he is the definition of a final boss, to be honest. A lot of people, whenever they first start playing this game, may not understand the mechanic of breaking completely. So how this guy works, right, is if you break him, he will do this attack that will destroy your units. I mean, it will just absolutely eat through their health. So make sure to break him whenever you have to, okay? So you save it until his art is completely full. So his art gauge, once his art gauge is completely full, that's when you break, okay? Hopefully I'll understand that, because I'm gonna save Lisa's art here for as long as I can, and then I'm going to use it whenever I need to. But yeah, hopefully I'll understand this, because just don't break him, okay? Just don't break him until his art gauge is completely full, because he's gonna do that big attack and it's gonna do a ton of damage to you. So let's get into this. So also, he'll disappear like this too, so if you use something like that, he's like pretty much immune during that entire animation right there. You can see his break gauge is very, very fragile, okay? So don't do too much damage to it, because there's a reason for that. He can easily just destroy your entire units. Like, that's what they want you to do. They just want you to get him low enough to to use his thing on you, his main attack that he can do. I'm gonna use the spare kill right here because he does have a lot of health, and I'm not gonna use anything else because I don't want him to, I don't want that break gauge to go down too low, because you see that right there, it kind of scared me a little bit, but we should be fine. Also, wait, that's not gonna do that. God, it does so much damage. Like, his break gauge is so fragile, and I hate it so much. Because it just, oh man, it just makes me so mad, because it's like, dang, his main attack is that attack that can just absolutely destroy you if you don't watch out for your break gauge and stuff like that. But we're gonna be using Terror's Conjunction. Okay, never mind. We're gonna be using Terror's Conjunction whenever we break him. Okay, this is where you break him. You break him right here. Okay, he's broken. Boom. We're gonna get the main attack off right here. We're gonna be using Terror's Conjunction too, to get as much damage in as possible. We're gonna use an Dia right here as well. We're just gonna try to burst him down as much as possible, because we don't want him to get that attack off. If possible, then boom. That's how you beat the boss. If you have Terrace Conjunction, that last boss right there is so easy. Okay, if you have Terrace Conjunction, that's when you do it. That's when you use it. Use it for that last boss because you do not want him to do his main attack. Okay, you don't need Terrace Conjunction. I beat this without Terrace Conjunction the very first time. The way how you beat this right without Terrace Conjunction is as soon as his arts comes up, you break him and you just try to burst him down as much as possible. More than likely, if you don't have Terrace Conjunction right, he's not going to be able to, or you're going to be a little bit, he's going to have a little bit of health after the break and he's going to do the attack to you. You just need to make sure that you survive that attack with your heal or whatever the case may be with your healer. And then if that is the case, if you can survive that attack, you should be able to kill him afterwards with that. Just be warned though, if you do break him before his arc gauge is full, or if you just break him in period, if he would have did that attack on us, he would have started spamming it, okay? So you don't have that much time after you break him the first time. So just make sure you can do as much damage as you can for the very beginning, and then once his arc gauge is completely full, go for the break and then just try to burst him down. You saw that right there. It took around 350,000 damage to completely kill him from around, like, what was it, 70% health, 60% health. So if you have like all 5-star units, should be pretty easy for you to do that, especially if you have like Lily. If you have Xenon in this, dude, Xenon is just, it's GG, to be honest. It's GG as soon as the thing starts. Like, you can just pop Xenon if you have Lily, spam her art. As soon as that stuff starts going down, if you have Ragnar, if you have Rory, you know, use them as well. And then Xenon just makes this fight a lot easier just because you can just start spamming your arts and just be like, I'm just going to ignore all the mechanics and just do as much damage as I can. So if you have Xenon, I recommend bringing him because he's so good in this fight. He's so good. He's good in a lot of fights, but I just love that unit. But I don't have him. That's how you beat him. That's how you get the last unit or the last limit break for Reyes. There's not really like anything else I can tell you really. Like, if you have any questions for me, right? Like, if you maybe want to be like, OP, can you make a team for me? If I tell you my units and everything like that, in the description below you can message me on Twitter, tweet at me, and I will respond to you if you need some help with this and be like, OP, you know, I don't really know how to build a team really. You send me a picture of your box and I will tell you, oh, you know, use these units, and you should be able to beat this like that. If you need any more help, you know, you can hit me up on Twitter, hit me up in the comment section. Also, if you need any help with this too, in the Discord, I will leave it down in the description below. You can also click on that. You can go into question and advice. You can ask people for questions, or you can ask people for advice on that, on this final boss, because everybody knows how difficult this is whenever you first start playing. So no one's gonna be like, oh, you noob or anything like that. They're gonna be very helpful to you, and yeah, there's a lot of people in there that will help you if you need help with this. Tell you what units to bring and what equipment to use and all that stuff. On top of this is the guide to how to do it as well. So you guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If I did, drop a like, comment down below, subscribe for more, and I'm out, guys. Peace. Also, hold on, wait. Let me check my YouTube real quick. Hold on. By the time this video goes up, we may be at 800 subscribers already. So I thank you guys for that. It's ridiculous. We were just at like 700, like what, 4 or 5 days ago. Now we're at 800. You guys are absolutely insane. I love y'all for that. I cannot thank you enough. I feel so blessed to have a fan base that shares my content and likes it as much as that. So with that being said, hope y'all guys did enjoy, and I'm out, guys. Peace.